Hi, Steve Nissen here, and just wanted to give you a follow-up. One of the questions we're getting a lot now, especially with this extreme volatility that we do expect to continue, is how can I get daily advice? And we offer that each and every day on mycalendcharts.com. So I'm quickly going to go over what mycalendcharts.com is, and then I'm going to show you some real-world chart examples. So each and every day, what we do is we go through these topics. We do a trade setup. We do a chart of the day where we do education, and this is probably most important. We do a daily market recap where each and every day we do the major indexes, the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq. We do forex markets, gold, crude, and so forth. And we have these as a live session, but we also post them so you can have access to them anytime anytime after pretty much after 5 o'clock Eastern time. And it's especially important now also is we have something called a candle strategy session where twice a week you can give us your markets and we will analyze them. Once again, we do it live, but we also have it as a recording. So with all these earnings coming out, with all this volatility in the major indexes, this candle strategy session as well as the daily market updates could be particularly important. Now we did have a one-day sale on this last week, but because of the market action and the requests, we did reopen the sale. It's a one-day sale that ends Tuesday. Here's the link. But as promised, let me show you some examples of how this daily market updates, these daily market guidance can help you. So, how daily guidance can help you. All right. One of the best ways to make money is not to lose money. And as I just mentioned, we're getting a lot of earnings coming out this week, and we did get JP Morgan, JPM last week. And let me show you an example of how an analysis, let's say you're trading JP Morgan and you want us to analyze it. Let's look at this. So here's JPM, and this is through Monday or early morning Eastern time. And the earnings came out just before the opening on Friday. So it was supposedly a bullish earnings report. So what happened was the market rallied. This was the prior close here, and here was the opening. So it rallied a few dollars. And so you're thinking to yourself, hey, you got a bullish. So you're thinking maybe perhaps buy. Look, it opened up a few dollars. But with analysis such as the prior support area over here, right around 112, see, once the market broke it, we would be talking about the change of polarity. Old support becomes resistance. So yeah, the market gapped higher, but look where it is, only a dollar or so away from a resistance area. So you would know not to think about buying it. Perhaps if it gets above the 112 area, if it breaks resistance, but knowing what not to do. In other words, knowing what not to buy. Look how much money it saved you because the market did wind up, or JPM did wind up closing weaker. Not only is it important to see how the market reacts to an earnings report or any news, it's not the news itself that's important, it's the market's reaction to the news. It's important also to keep in mind that we need to know about the overall market, because you could have, like in JPM, a bullish earnings report, but if the overall market is bearish, it's going to drag down these individual markets. So for example, okay, here is on the left side, I did a market update last week, a special market update. I sent it to everybody because of the big sell-off last week. And notice when the market on the 10th, this is through the 10th, broke a support level. So on the video that I sent out, I mentioned, and this is exactly what we do each and every day in our MyCC, mycalendcharts.com, when we analyze the markets. I mentioned that the prior support area should become first resistance. And what happened was the very next session. Okay, here's the where I did the update that we sent to everybody. And notice this prior support area, which I show over here. Notice where the market stalled, where the S&P, this is the S&P, where it stalled the next session. So this is not to show you that, how accurate the predictions are, but it's to show you the type of updates you're going to be getting each and every day in mycalendcharts.com, because the S&P has a major impact on individual stocks. And keep in mind, we not only look at individual markets, individual equities, we look at Forex, we look at commodities, we also have options updates. So knowing that the S&P was stalling at resistance, you would know that your individual stocks, which is probably highly related to the S&P, might have problems rallying even on a good earnings report. And we actually saw that with JP Morgan. So here's that information again. Go to this link, mycounttrust.com/mycc. Sale ends on Tuesday. Once again, we reopened it because of tremendous request with the volatility. And I strongly suggest doing this as soon as possible so you could ask us about your markets of choice. Remember, we do that twice a week. And so you could see what we view with your markets, especially after earnings come out. And each and every day, we do a trade setup. We do a daily market recap where we look at about 15 markets, and we do a chart of the day. Okay, hope you found this useful. Thanks for joining me.